Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Life Bullshit Podcast. I'm your girl, Ellen Butterflyy Ellen. This week, my guest is none other than James DaSkreet Cole, right? Yeah. On the Life Bullshit Podcast, I want to make this disclaimer that our motto is that you take what you need, which is life, and you leave the rest on the floor, which is the bullshit. Today, we're going to talk about masculine energy. You ready?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to just jump right into it then, because I want to say that I'm appreciative of you joining me, but I also want to ask you, being creative here in Memphis, Tennessee, how do you view masculine energy when it enters into a space?
I feel like masculine energy is just a firmness. It's like, it's basically just standing on who you are and knowing who you are and being able to project it. That's the main thing.
That's the main thing.
That's how I always looked at it. Like,
okay.
For the most part, anyway. What do you perceive as masculinity when it enters?
Strength, power, and presence. I just think those three things define masculine energy for me.
Yeah.
But in reality, we know that there is a definition, right, that the world has assigned to masculine energy. And that definition does not always fit every situation and every scenario, right?
Right.
And that is that men do. That masculine energy is that your ability to come into a space, and when you're in that space, to command it, to be appropriate. But we was talking earlier about appropriateness, like what one person deems as appropriate may not be necessarily what the other person deems as appropriate. And so when we have that conflict, that's when we have this side and that side of who's right and who's wrong. So if you think about it, when we think about masculine energy, do you think there's a right and a wrong to that scenario? That in that gray part. The gray part.
So I think there is a gray part. I don't necessarily know there's 100% right or wrong way.
Okay.
Because I don't feel like there's a universal agreement on masculinity. Even with that being a definition. There's some words that are defined a certain way.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily read the same across the board.
Mm-hmm.
So what I might see as being commanding or assertive may come across as bossy or aggressive. But in certain cases, you might feel like that's masculinity, though. And I think the packaging is part of it, too. That's when you get into the bullshit part. Like,
yeah.
I think toxicity.
I was gonna get to that. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it.
I think sometimes what something comes wrapped in changes how you receive it. So, there's certain men that you may receive from them, their actions may turn completely off. Like, he's it's off-putting. He's so-and-so, so-and-so. But in somebody else, where you like the packaging a little better, that's masculine.
Oh, that's masculine.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that.
Because it's him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it's him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what I do think about masculine energy, and just the fact that how people use the term, in different scenarios, is that when you possess a masculine energy, I think that it should flow across the board into all of your relationships, right?
Yeah.
Personal relationship, professional relationship, platonic, intimate relationships.
Yeah.
But as we know in the media and social media and stuff, masculine energy sometimes we see is not what is given behind closed doors. That's when we see all of the celebrities and people with the DV and
the double lives.
Yeah, double lives and falling alone each other, and we see so many people present, right? A man and a woman present like this for 20, 30 years, right? Yeah. And we like, oh yeah, he evidently, he knew how to navigate masculine energy.
Yeah.
Not knowing that even though Miss Barbara and Mr. Ed had 8 children, married 42 years, that Miss Wilhelmina also has 8 children, the same age as Miss Barbara's children, but Miss Barbara was committed and married to Mr. Ed.
Yeah.
So when we come and we see that, we like, oh, he ain't have no good masculine energy, but that's not for us to determine, correct?
Yeah, I mean,
like,
we get to make our own opinions of it, but we don't get to determine it. We get to say what it means for us,
Right.
you know, because the people involved may have had an understanding.
Standing. That's right. That's right.
Especially if we go back to the times, because I don't know nobody named Wilhelmina currently. So we're going from just based off the name Wilhelmina. That's a different time. So
but there are people in this day and time and age
that
are
names have changed.
the name have changed.
Game is not
The names have changed, but the game has not
players
changed.
are still the same.
The players are still the same.
I agree.
When we talk about masculine energy and you being a creative, do you think your creative masculine energy differs from your everyday James Cole masculine energy?
I think it did, but I think over the course of my career, they have lined up with each other more and more, because a lot of my most popular songs were extremely centered on the sexual part of masculinity.
Mm-hmm.
That part, I won't say conquering, even though that's what it tracing back to, but the chase. The persuasion into whatever it is that I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then the actual, like, the act, the sexual energy. I was given a lot of that because that's what was getting responded to.
Yeah.
But as I got deeper in my career, I started getting into, like, the actual, what I think is masculinity. Like I mentioned it when we was talking earlier about the which me do you want? Like, that song is full of questions asking, which version do you really want?
Okay.
Do you really want me, or do you want the artist version of me? Because you can have that version of me, but that's very surface level.
Yeah.
Do you really want? Are you still gonna like me? Like, are you still gonna love me when you don't like me?
Yeah. That's a part. I think that's a part of energy, masculine energy and feminine energy. Like, or do you still, love me?
Yeah, when you don't like me.
When you don't like me.
And masculinity has been under attack for a few years.
For a long time, not a few years, a long time.
Well, so the toxic part is one thing, but now masculinity is under attack from very regular ass things. It's like, and sometimes it be jokes, but in every joke, it's a little bit of that's a real emotion.
Yeah.
So it's stuff like, man, these niggas drinking out of straws now. They're too sassy for me. Like that. Like, yeah, like this nigga ordered dessert, girl. He might be suspect. I don't know.
Because he ought to do. You're right. You see social media. I think that attack and that approach to defining masculine energy is definitely out of control and generational and the time-based.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because what if he didn't have mouth surgery? He has to suck out of a straw.
What if he didn't? He should be able to suck out of a straw. Yeah. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You don't know the circumstances.
Yeah.
Also, at the same time, like, it's either you super duper hard to the point where you brittle almost, and that makes you a man until your woman want to hear what's really bothering you, or until something go on where y'all gotta have a real emotional conversation, and now it's, man, you so rigid, like I can't. You don't talk about nothing. It's like, well, you need to make up your mind which one, because I could be all of these things. I'm all of these things. But are you going to let me be all of these things with you?
Right.
And more importantly, am I going to allow myself to be all these things with you? Like, that's why I think the masculinity part comes in. And we as men got to start really knowing who we are. That's why I gave it as my answer.
Yeah.
Because what makes you masculine might not hit on the radar for everybody to deal with. Masculine. You got to know what's you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And drink out your straw.
Drink out your straw. All the dessert.
Yeah.
All the dessert.
The cookie. The scoop of ice cream. Yeah.
Sometimes I think, like you said, we could carry things too far, right? Even in the relationships, we're going to bring it, because this is Life and Bullshit, and we talk about a lighter relationship, the intimate part of the masculine energy. So when we think about the toxicity of it and the masculine energy and all that in the bedroom, in the intimate setting, like, like you say, sometimes as women, we want that toxic male energy in the bedroom, right?
Yeah.
And we get upset sometimes when the man don't give it.
Yeah.
right? Have you ever been in a position where one minute she wants you to have this kind of energy, male energy, and then the next minute she wants you to have a little bit of toxicity?
I have. I think all men have. They say they have. They probably not.
They lying. Okay.
Yeah, but I have, and it's you have to take that moment and make sure that you catalog it and learn from it, because the problem with a consistent relationship is having too many moments.
Yeah.
Like, because you can have a mixed signal. Like, we can have a mixed signal where I might not pick up, but you really wanted me to shift right now,
right,
into something else,
right.
And it ain't that I can't do it. It's just I didn't notice what you wanted because I didn't pay attention. Not even that I might have missed it.
Mm-hmm.
But if I deal with it this time,
okay,
I got to put a bookmark in it to remember, like, hey, if this going on, she probably just need this.
Mm-hmm. She probably just need this. She don't need the soft side.
Yeah.
And then, like you say, you have to be careful with that too, because if you're not in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
And it's just somebody you kicking it with or somebody you getting to know, that can definitely well go all the way left.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we definitely don't want nothing going left.
No, I mean, not if we can.
Not if we can.
If you can physically keep it from going left, keep it. Yeah.
I wanted to talk about that for a minute, because sometimes, like I said, we put the titles and the labels and the names on stuff, and then we want to hold fast to it, like it's a hard, fast rule of what masculine energy is supposed to look like, what it's supposed to feel like, how it's supposed to look. Like I said, for me, I feel it when it comes into the room. Yeah, because we don't want to get trapped. And I have a son, so I always tell him to make sure that your energy is off, and that the energy that you have, the masculine energy that you have, you carry it with you all the time, everywhere that you go, right?
Yeah. But everything living goes through cycles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, which means that everything that comes from your life has to go through its cycle. So, your masculinity is going to evolve. As you get more understanding of yourself, as you get older, masculinity is going to evolve for you, as opposed to what it might have meant as a youth. Like, as a youth, I know this might be very specific, but as a youth, a lot of masculinity ties into what you can do. Like, keeping physically, you can do. That's how we look at a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
As you get older, your masculinity comes into your preparedness. Okay. Like, as a man, you still want to be prepared to handle certain things, and you, at this age, you're supposed to know what your limits are.
Yeah.
And you plan for your limits. Like, can I change the tire? Yeah. Will I change the tire? Yeah. Also, I want to make sure that I got my funds together to where if I don't feel like it, I don't need to change it.
Yeah, I need to change it. Right.
But as a younger person, I wouldn't even entertain the idea of not me
changing the tire, right? Because that's too weak. That would be too weak. Like, energy.
You been like, man, all the men in my life, man, you got them young legs, man, you better get out here and do X, Y, Z, you know what I'm saying? And I still am in that bracket where I still will. But also, I'm to the point of where some of them were when they was talking to me. And I kept the game they gave me. Like, I can do it that way, nephew. Well, watch this. Watch how I'm going to do it. And they'll do it in a way that, damn, that's so much easier on me.
Right.
Like, yeah, but you don't really need this. I'm just showing it to you because one day you're going to be my age. This is going to be smarter for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and that I apply that to a lot of walks in my life.
So I want to ask you this, as far as being a father, because you are a father and you do have a daughter, right? And so when, like you say, it's evolving. So the masculine energy that you have today, right? Do you think that that's a better a view that you have now that you can share and show to your daughter versus what you used to do or used to, feel? Because sometimes when we have daughters and we men, and you're vice versa for women, with our sons, the masculine energy that we show them or that we engage with them may not be what we want them to receive
Yeah.
as an adult, So are you at a place in your life, or have you consistently been at a place in your life where you try to show her a good example of masculine energy?
I'm at a place in my life where I'm more thoughtful about how some things look, because as life has continued and evolved for me, like the different roles. So like provider takes on different meanings, and so I'm trying to get out of like for a long chunk of my daughter's life. The masculine part of me that she knew the most was they ain't gonna go to work. We not gonna really leg for nothing. I'm gonna see him on the flip. You know what I'm saying? So it turned into more of a stability thing than time and attention thing. And that's something I gotta look at.
Okay.
Now that I'm in the position where I'm working into a space where I won't work so much.
Yeah.
I ain't quite there yet, but it's on the agenda.
It's on the horizon.
Yeah, because of how I'm starting to see things, because it's only so much you want to miss in the effort to provide.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Some stuff is like, yeah, we straight, but I would have rather been over there to see that.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that even with my transition now, she can pick up on that. Because she's going to be 13 in like 3 days.
Yeah.
So she's getting into more friendships, more, God forbid, it's going to be boys.
It will be boys.
So, the mode and the method and the...
Nowadays, it be boys, it be girls. We don't know what it is, but it's going to be something. Yeah. And either way that it goes, we still want them to carry.
Yes.
With the proper perspective of, what it looks like, what it feels like, the power, the strength, and the presence,
And to feel like you can decide what your things that you want from your person are, and that you can stand on. Like, I hope she can take that from what masculine, like, she can define what she wants in a man or woman. She can define it and then not be swayed from it. And I'll be proud. I'll be proud with whoever she deal with, because I know it's who she wants to deal with based off of what her requirements and her standard is. Like, that'll mean the world to me.
Right.
Yeah.
So in closing, I like I said, I got to thank you again for, spending some of your day with me and all of that. But in closing, this is the Life and Bullshit Podcast. And, I just believe in, live bitter, live something,
Yeah.
So has your masculine energy, just your truth, intel, and honesty, has your masculine energy been the cause of a woman's heartbreak?
Yes.
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 And not even the way, like, I don't like cop-outs. I'll say that I didn't understand some of the things I understand now.
Okay.
Like, and some of the things that you think mean a whole lot, when you get older, you're like, I could have done without that. I could
have done without it.
Yeah. And also, something that, man, if you're watching this, some of y'all can tell you, we touched on this earlier too. Stop withholding information. And when I say withhold information, I mean about you. Things that bother you, things that you feel like could be addressed, they should be addressed.
Okay.
We'll do that. We'll not address something, and then later on, when we get to a certain point, we'll address it. And it's like, the person on the other end, and this would be female, male, friend, whatever. The person on the other end would be like, man, I never knew you felt that way because you never said it. And now you got to deal with the fact that they didn't hurt you. You've been hurting you because you didn't give them a chance to fix it. You ain't say nothing to them. Like, so that's the most toxic part of masculinity, I think.
That's the most toxic part.
Suffering in silence.
Suffering in silence, exactly.
That's been the definition of man from man to man. Like, that's something that women don't know about. The definition of man from an older man usually is, man, suck that shit up and do it. That's what we do. We mean it. They'll say that to you. They mean it, and it's partially right, but man, say what you feel.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to feel.
Yeah. And it, like you said, it's just generational because that's the way that our grandfathers and our uncles did. That's the way they came up. You know, they had the toughest of the tough. They had the show up as the leader. You know, you're not the vulnerability. It was never allowed to be a side of vulnerability.
Yeah.
And because we do grow and we do learn, then, you know, we see the error of our ways.
Yeah.
And so that's why we're able to take what we need, which is life, and leave the bullshit on the floor. Because Etta James have a song that say, I feel like sugar on the floor. No one wants to feel like sugar on the floor because once it's on the floor, what can we do with sugar on the floor? Can't do nothing with sugar on the floor. So I thank you. Give me a hug. Thank you for coming through. I love your masculine energy, by the way. I've always loved it from a creative standpoint, you know, because you've always been a man that showed up as strong. When you hit the door, I would be places and literally, if I knew you was on the ticket, I'd be watching the door. And then sometimes I wouldn't watch the door, but then as soon as you hit the door, it's like something hit me. And I was like, oh, Jay, bring it in. So it was the power and the strength and the presence of you entering the room that I always gravitated to. So thank you for being part of the Life Bullshit Podcast. And we'll see y'all later. Y'all, if you're looking for the taboo, the conversations, the real, the raw, y'all come on, get with me and get your segment of Life and Bullshit. Peace out.